Hi folks, it's Dave here from the iReady podcast, bringing you our first post-match reaction of the season, where Rangers have thankfully defeated Livingston by 2-1 away from home. That was a tough one, folks, a very frustrating game. Just glad that we managed to get the 3 points in the end. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst putting out quite a few debuts for new Rangers players, which we've all been desperate to see start. So the full Rangers team was McLaughlin in goals, James Tavernier, Connor Goldson, John Souttar making his full debut, Borna Barisic, Glenn Kamara, John Lundstrom and Tom Lawrence also making his debut. Kent, Wright and Antonio Cholak also making his debut on the bench for Rangers. McGregor, Jack, Davis, Sands, Fashion Jr, Scott Arfield, King, Devine and Tillman. So started off very frantic by Rangers, and within the first few seconds really could have had a goal. Low cross by James Tavernier, which was heading for the back post, well saved by the Livingston goalkeeper. But then 5 minutes later, defensive calamity for Rangers. A long ball played up to the left wing, no challenge whatsoever by Borna Barisic on the Livingston player who won the header into the box, and the big Livingston striker Nubley basically just overpowered John Souttar. The ball was on the bounce. Seen that John McLaughlin was off his line and he dinked the ball over him into the goal. You know, a good goal for him, but defensively for Rangers, an absolute shambles there. Both Souttar and Barisic looking really, really poor at that stage. But we thought it was only 5 minutes into the game. Surely we will get back into this. But frustration. I counted 22 crosses into the box for the whole of the first half. Not a single shot on target. Really, really poor for Rangers. The crossing into the box, really poor also. A poor standard by both James Tavernier and the likes of Ryan Kent, Scott Wright. It was just either too long or too short. Antonio Cholak up front really not being able to get on the end of anything that was coming into the box, and pretty easy for Livingston, let's be perfectly honest. So it was extremely frustrating in the first half. A half-time whistle blew, and the Livingston keeper, apart from punching a couple of balls out of the air, not having a single shot to save, which is very disappointing at this stage. But into half-time, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst made his first change at half-time. Scott Wright coming off and Tillman coming on also to make his debut. And within 10 minutes of the second half, we thought we had equalised when one of the first decent cross balls in from Ryan Kent and a great glancing header from Cholak. The ball was in the back of the net, but the offside flag was up, and looking back, to me, he looked definitely in line there with the defender, but it wasn't to be. Hopefully VAR will sort these decisions out, but still 1-0 to Livingston. And then it was, still much of the same. A lot of chances for Rangers. There was a cross put into the box where the Livingston keeper has put a fingertip to it. It's hit the crossbar, hit the post, it rebounded out. Tillman followed it through. If it had been even, a few centimetres higher, it would have burst the net, but hit it straight at the goalkeeper, still to make it 1-0. Thinking it was going to be one of these days. Giovanni pulled off an inspired substitution on the 67th minute. He brought on Scott Arfield and James Sands and took off John Souttar and Glenn Kamara. John Souttar really having a debut to forget, let's be perfectly honest. He didn't look at the races at all today. Hopefully that's just a one-off for him. But inspired substitution because it was going to be Scott Arfield who would get the equaliser for Rangers, and it was on the 72nd minute. Fantastic ball into the box, and there was Arfield with a glancing header past the goalkeeper into the far corner. Absolutely fantastic goal. How many times has Scott Arfield done that for us? Came on and saved us. He is the super sub. And then only less than 2 minutes later, Rangers get a free kick right on the edge of the box, and the captain, James Tavernier, steps up, slams the ball into the back of the net. Quite incredible. We went from thinking that we were possibly going to be getting defeated to 2 minutes later being in front. Fantastic goal by James Tavernier, and then really Rangers just in control of the ball completely till the end of the game. A couple of half chances for Ryan Kent and for Tillman, but seeing the game out 2-1, so it was a hard fought game. Defensively, there was a few times that Livingston put us under real pressure and we looked all over the place. We really need to get that sorted for Tuesday with our big Champions League qualifying game coming up. Then we need to get all these jitters out of the way. John Souttar, like I said, he's had a debut to forget. I'm hoping a man of his experience will be able to brush that off and get back into a rhythm. But just thankful that we have started off the season with a victory. A lot of possession, like I said, but a hell of a lot of wasted crosses, so that really is something else that we really need to work on. For the debuts for Rangers, pretty quiet, let's be honest. Tom Lawrence did a lot of running about, willing to shoot from every angle, but just not finding his angles at all. A lot of shots going over the bar. Hopefully that will change also. Antonio Cholak, like I said, he didn't get a lot of service in there. We really can't judge him on this performance so far. Tillman looked lively when he came on, really should have scored also. I know it's difficult, these guys coming on, playing on the Livingston pitch, which you could tell hadn't been watered at all, very, very dry. Obviously their tactics just to try and stop the ball from being sleek, to try and slow down our passes. But at the end of the day, we have a 2-1 victory away from home in the first league game of the season. So not a great performance, but a fantastic result nevertheless. So Derek and I will be back this week, guys. We have this huge Champions League first leg on Tuesday against the Belgian team, and it's going to be a difficult one there. They're going to be no mugs, so here's hoping that Rangers can get a result there of some sort, at least to bring it back for the second leg. But we will wait and see for that one. So go and enjoy the rest of your Saturday, folks. We can relax now. We've got the 3 points. Derek and I will be back. Take care. Bye-bye.